everyone, Gaara here and welcome to a brand new deck tech video. Today I'm going to present to you a new season fast climbing ladder deck, and I think this is Super Saiyan's list. I saw Firebird tweeting out the list and he climbed to Legend with it and he streamed it as well, but I think the original list is from Super Saiyan. He's like a play on NA, and it is a new season. I haven't played too much. It is this sixth day, and I played like 3 hours. I climbed from like, I don't know what you like after the reset, till like rank 7 in like 3 hours. It's like ridiculous. It's like the fastest climb I ever did, and I'm using this Mech Shaman list. And yeah, I actually asked Cyan in like Skype. He didn't reply yet, so I'm not sure. I think it's his list. So I'm going over the deck list here. It plays very interesting. It doesn't have either the Earth Shocks or the hex, which is like very important. Many people consider those two cards as core in every single shaman deck, and this is like personally also like the first time I see a shaman deck without hex, for example. And it's very strong. At first I doubted it a little bit, not gonna lie, but after playing it myself, it's very strong. Especially it has a very high win ratio against mech mages, and you will meet a lot of mech mages on ladder. It's very good in the mirror, surprisingly. Well, it doesn't have like too many. You will never have hands where you have too many removal cards, because you play no lightning bolts, no earth shocks, no hex. So those like many spells, like when you play normal standard shaman, you end up like having like some games like 30 or 40%, 30 to 40% of the games, you have those weird hands where you have like only removals, like no minions, and this will not be the case with this deck. Like when you draw power mace, you will when you play this deck a lot, you will feel like, okay, now I'm gonna win this game because I drew this card. It's like very ridiculous what kind of tempo you can get with this deck. You have crazy amount of damage with the Rockbiter, Doomhammer combinations, or if your Mech Whopper survives, you get like a crazy amount of tempo with just spamming minions, like wheeling Sepomatic for 1 mana and Annoyatrons for 1 mana, Cockmasters, and you have like a full ball of small minions, Spider Tanks for 2 mana. It's like very tempo-ish deck. Shaman is like a tempo class, and this is like a very core heavy tempo deck, and like if your opponent can't deal immediately with your threats, you're most likely gonna end up losing the game. It's the same with Wailing Zepomatic. If this card survives 1 turn, like you deal so much damage with it, it's ridiculous. And the same with Mech Whopper. If your opponent doesn't like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you played some Mech Mage games where you feel like if your Mech Whopper survives one turn, like you play against a druid, he doesn't have a wrath, then he will just lose the game because you just play so many strong minions. It's like a permanent innovate. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, Power Mace is also has like some sort of innovate effect with the Death Rattle. Oftentimes I just coin out the Power Mace. I attack and then I buff like a Spider Tank in Curve. It makes it a 5/6 creature for 3 mana in turn 3. It's ridiculously strong. Many different ways of gaining tempo, like so much synergy. Wielding Sabomatic with the Rockbiters, with the Flame Tongue Totems. If this card survives, your opponent is most likely going to die. Doomhammer also like a ridiculous amount of damage. This card on its own has already 16 damage without any additional effect. Dr. Boom, potential, if it survives, your opponent will lose. Many people call him Dr. GG. The bombs can explode for up to 8 damage. Fun random fact, they're mechs. You can buff them with Power Mace. Super strong. Also they can buff the Cockmaster. So much synergy. Black Knight, if your opponent, like this card is not just dealing with heavy taunts, but it also removes the taunt and it gives you a creature. So if you can play this card on Curve and deal with a Sludge Belcher, you will also most likely end up winning the game. Fire Mantle, a super strong tempo card. It deals with like it helps you trade your smaller minions into big minions and then develop a very strong minion and clear off the opponent's minion that he played in Curve. Very strong. A Shudrak, Zurdrak, very strong synergy with the Crackle. Crackle, absolutely high-end RNG card. It can kill a giant or do no damage at all. But yeah, sometimes it just auto-wins your games. Like your opponent is at 18 life, you have no board, you're like, screw it, I have 2 crackles, 1 lava burst, and like two Doom Hammers, just go for it, like deal a gazillion damage, you don't care. Very strong synergy, very tempo heavy. I will show you also some games, and the most important part, they're very quick games, faster than Zoo even. Games are decided. Like if you know you will lose, you just press that concede button. You don't care. Go for the next game. 90 seconds is like the average game time with this deck. I really enjoy it a lot, and I use it for climbing. And yeah, I'm gonna show you some games as well.